You are what you consistently think about. Whether you think you'll win or lose, you're right. It's a challenge I think a lot of us face. We are stuck in our head, in our mind, telling ourselves why we can't do something, why we're not good enough, why we're born in the wrong country, we have the wrong skin color, we're the wrong gender, we have the wrong family, we have the wrong education, and we just keep replaying these same stories over and over and over and over and over again, and you don't win because you believe that you can't win. That's what the great rewiring has to take place inside all of us, because that's why I think that lack of belief is the world's number one problem. I'm on a mission to solve the world's number one problem. People do not believe in themselves to create amazing things. I think everybody has Michael Jordan level genius at something, that you are the greatest in the world at something. And it's probably not what you went to school for, and it's probably not what your parents did for a living. It's something totally different. And a challenge in being able to go and chase down something that's totally different is the belief that it's possible. Because when you are around people who are not living their life, who are complaining, who are negative, who may not be toxic, but who are stuck, people who are stuck, the easiest thing to do is to get stuck yourself and to have the thought patterns that keep you stuck. This is why I create all my channels, because I need it for me, because I want to be around people who challenge me, who, when I see what they're doing, it forces me to think different, to think bigger, to want to do more, to want to be a better Evan Carmichael, whatever that means, right? To just feel like I want to grow and do more because I'm around the people who are doing that. Where if you stay stuck with the people that you're in right now, you stay stuck in the environment that you're participating in right now, then you will likely stay there and not grow and not improve and not learn and not get better. Now, that doesn't mean that you stop caring. That doesn't mean that you stop giving. That doesn't mean that you stop contributing. In fact, it's the opposite. You, if you're watching this video, you're on a journey. You're on a growth curve, and you want to go here, right? You want to climb. You want to get better. You want to go over there. And there may be people who are even pulling you back, actively saying not to do that, don't do that, you can't do that. The goal isn't even necessarily to leave these people behind. The goal could be to come back and help them. But how can you help them, and how can you pour even more into them? Well, by learning more and improving yourself more. That every time that you learn something and you get better at something, you can come back and pour it into other people. That when you're taking your growth curve, you're stepping, you're climbing, you're improving, you're getting better, every step that you take, if you move to step number 4, you can help other people get to step number 3. You can reach back and help them climb up another step. So it doesn't mean that you stop being optimistic and positive and helpful for the people around you. That's your light, that's your gift, that's what you are so amazing at. But it does mean that you need to inject newness into your environment, because your environment is crafting your thoughts, and your thoughts are keeping you stuck. You might have these moments where you feel bold and brave and you can do something else, but those aren't consistent. And because the boldness in thought is not consistent, the boldness in action is not consistent. And so you stay stuck doing the same thing, knowing that you're capable of more, but not doing the thing. And this is a game for everybody. This is for myself. This is for you. This is for the people who are ahead of you on their growth curve. You never want to stop. There's always a new level of self-talk and self-belief to get you to the next thing that's possible. So it's why I do what I do, because I need it for me. I need to be around people who inspire me every day so that I can continue to organize for kindness, right? Martin Luther King had a great quote about organizing for kindness, that people organize for negativity. They'll organize looting, and they'll organize violence, and they'll organize wars, and they'll organize negativity. Well, who's organizing for kindness, right? That's what we need to do. But you need to have the inspired environment to create the inspired thoughts, to allow the inspired action to come out, so you can organize for kindness too. So let's break down, how do you actually start doing it? How do you actually start to change that self-talk to be a more positive one, so that you can actually follow through on the great ideas that you have for yourself? Step number 1 is to be around your heroes. Who are your heroes who have done the thing that you love doing? Either the actual work itself, like they're in your industry and they have done the thing. If you know my story, I looked up to Bill Gates. He had a software company. I had a software company. I learned from him to build my company. I haven't met him but his strategy saved my company. And then I also learned from someone like Oprah Winfrey or Kanye West or people who are not in my industry, but I just like for some reason. I'm going to go and learn from them. So who are your heroes? Either in your industry or people that you just look up to for some reason, and force yourself to spend more time with them. Be around them more. Put their pictures up on the wall behind you. My favorite entrepreneur of all time is E.P. Giannini, who started Bank of America. Put their pictures on the wall behind you. Subscribe to their YouTube channels if they have it. Follow them on social media, read their books, listen to their podcasts, like have them be in your environment as much as possible, because they will transport you to another world. They will help you change that self-talk in your head, because the people who have done the thing that you want to do, your heroes, the people you look up to, likely have done it with less than what you have right now. The resources that you have right now, the heart that you have right now, the mental capacity that you have right now, the tools at your disposal. You have the internet. You've got a lot of tools at your disposal. You've got a lot of technology at your disposal that your heroes didn't have as much access to, if any, and they went off and won. So yes, it might be difficult, but if they can do it, you can do it too. The question is, who are you going to listen to? The voice that says it's too hard, I'm never going to do it, or the voice that says, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. So you have to be around. You want to change that self-talk, you have to be around your mentors, your heroes, because they will pull you to a different place. Step number 2 is to create a calendar that has your habits in there. Your goals that you've set for yourself needs to be reflected in the habits, because goals don't accomplish themselves. Goals will happen when you put time in your calendar to go and make it happen. I'm making this video because it's in my calendar, this block of time right now, to go make videos, right? What do you need to put in your calendar so that it's not just a hope, a dream, a goal, but it actually becomes something that's in reality? And then to start to teach yourself that you do the things that are in your own calendar. You want to start to change your self-belief, your self-talk, that voice inside your head. You have to teach yourself that you follow through on the things that you say you're going to do. Have fewer goals. Have fewer things that you write down in your calendar. But when they're in there, they get done. Because here's what happens. Every time you set a goal, every time you put something in your calendar and you don't do it, you're training yourself that the next time you put something in your calendar, that's not going to get done too. You're losing credibility with yourself. Not even somebody else saying you can't do it. It's you, your own voice saying you can't do it because you haven't done the last thing that you said you were going to do or the thing before that. So the way to start to rewire that is to, when you put something in your calendar, it's going to get done. To even lower the barrier, lower the standard for what has to get done for you to get the check mark that you accomplished this thing. That when it gets put in your calendar, you are going to be the person who actually follows through. That starts to shift identity. That starts to help you believe more in yourself, that the next thing that you add in your calendar, you're also going to get done. So how do we start to change that self-talk, right? That criticism or compassionate voice in our head. How do we shift towards belief? 1, be around our mentors and our heroes, the people who inspire us to do it. 2, create a calendar that reflects our goals. Our actions have to map to our ambitions, right? Has to be in your calendar, and teach yourself that you do the things that are in your calendar. And step number 3 would be to collect good people. I'm a huge fan of collecting good people. If you believe, like I believe, that your environment is keeping you stuck and keeping you where you are, okay, a shift can be to be around your heroes, but you may never meet them. Good people. When you're around the right people who fill you up as opposed to you filling others up all the time, it changes everything. You're a giver, you're caring, you've got a big heart. It's why you're part of this community. I love you for that. And keep going, keep doing it. Don't stop pouring into others. But who's pouring into you? When you walk away from a conversation, how often do you feel better about yourself? How often do you have more energy as opposed to, well, that was draining to me? You need to start to inject the people who make you feel better, who give you more energy. And you may know some of them. They may not be the closest of friends to you yet, but whenever you meet somebody, if it's at an event or a conference or a group or in the comment section or on a Discord, and they just make you feel better, fight to try to find a way to spend more time with them. The way I'll often do it is through businesses. I end up setting companies with them because I love them so much. It's a way to spend more time with them. But it can be awkward at the beginning. Like, you don't know what you're going to do. But you be the person to reach out to say, hey, I'd love to have a coffee with you next week. Or maybe we can schedule a monthly mastermind with us and maybe a couple other people. Like, you reach out to find a way to collect good people and fight to spend more time with them. Because when you're around actual humans who are in front of you, who make you feel better about yourself and give you the energy that you're pouring into other people, it gives you more hope, more momentum, and increases the chances of you actually following through. So get into the practice of collecting good people. Lack of belief is the single biggest problem in the world. You have Michael Jordan level genius at something. You are the greatest in the world at something. It's just your belief, my belief too, in the ability to actually go and chase it down that will make the difference between the life that you have right now and the life that you know you're capable of living. Let's solve that together. If you want another Evan Rant video that just might give you the confidence you need, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Bill Gates saved my business. He doesn't know it, but when I meet him and I shake his hand, I'll tell him the impact that he had on a young 19-year-old Evan Carmichael who wanted to quit